just because you fertilized your lawn, you think that your lawn should be green?
So welcome back to the greener lawn.
Did you say the greener lawn? Why would you say
lawn.
welcome back to the greener lawn?
I did say that.
That's what it sounded like.
No.
Sorry.
So welcome back to the greener lawn.
Go ahead and subscribe down below. Hit that thumbs up. It's huge to content creators, helps us out a lot. And please leave your comments in the comment section. You do have an opinion. We do like to hear them. Please add it down below. With understanding how a lawn comes out of winter, what makes the difference, what things that we can do in our lawn that makes a huge difference, well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Because there are several different factors that will change the way our lawns will pop out. Whether or not they're going to be green, they're going to be yellowish, semi-green. So when we're looking at our yards and we're trying to understand what the difference is between what we're seeing in our yard versus somebody else's yard versus somebody else's yard versus what we are going to be seeing is that there's several different factors. There's things that you've got to be looking at and understanding that are going to play a key in that, especially in a spring lawn. So the number one thing that I want you to understand is that in a spring lawn, lawns that are thin, lawns that have shallow roots, lawns that don't have a lot of cover are going to green up quicker than lawns that are thick, full, and have a dense grass mat. The reason that they are going to thicken up so quickly is because the air, the heat, everything can get down to the soil level a lot quicker, and it will pop us greener quicker earlier. If your lawn is not as green as quickly, it might not be a bad thing. So for this season, as you can tell, my lawn has some things going on. What is that is going on in there? What happened? What are these things that happened to my lawn? Well, last season, at the end of the season, what I did is I actually went and put sand to level my lawn. There's patches. It's not very full. And so it's allowed my lawn to green up across the board a lot better. So as you can see down and in here, that's sand. That's the dirt. Those are bare patches in here. So that's the reason why this was able to green up. You see all this green in here? That's the reason why my lawn was able to green up super quick, super early this season, is because of all that patchiness that's down and in this lawn. You come over, you see, that's a patch of dirt and some bark. Get out of here, bark. So as you can see, you're seeing the sand. Like, it's super thin, it's super patchy. So I've gotten people that have said, your lawn's super green already. I wish my lawn was super green. And I tell them, this season, you don't want my lawn. You don't want this greenness that you're seeing in my lawn. You don't want it. I am not thick, I am not full. I am super patchy. That's the reason why I was able to green up so quickly, is because of how patchy it is this season. So you can see the remnants right here of last season's sanding, leveling. The reason why it's so thick right there is because I had to raise a 4-inch trench that ran right there. As it sloped down, came to the sprinkler line, and then came back up out of that sprinkler line. So that patch right there is 4 inches worth of sanding in that area.
So, we have a problem here.
Yes, we do.
There's like a 4-inch ravine through here. Yes. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of seeding here because grass isn't coming up through that. This ain't happening.
All throughout the lawn, in the low spots, the sand collected, and I ended up with stuff like this. Like this.
This guy's just playing with brooms. Wow! Fumbled it. Glad it wasn't a football.
I'm Harry Potter.
Settle down, Harry Potter. I don't know what that was all about.
These are where lines were trenched in last year that were low, and I just sanded across the top of them to get that level again. So the second thing that you have to look at when you're talking about your yard, what have you done this season? You can't just expect your yard to be green without you have done anything this early in the season. The reason why a lawn's gonna green up if you have a thick lawn is because, one, you fertilized it. I fertilized mine once. 2, you've mowed your lawn, and I've mowed my lawn 4 times already this season. 3, you've dethatched it or raked it out so that it's gotten rid of that layer of thatch. I've done that up here. What love have you actually done for your lawn to make it turn green? What's going to be your expectation if I'm out here working on my lawn? I've already mowed it 4 times. I've dethatched it already. I've fertilized it. And just because you've fertilized your lawn, you think that your lawn should be green? What's your expectation right here? Understanding expectation versus reality is going to be key for you. Understanding that if you have issues in your lawn, yeah, you might green up quicker, but that doesn't mean that this lawn is doing better than your lawn just because you're not greening up. It's understanding reality versus expectation. Reality is this is still struggling because of my leveling job. This is still struggling because of my leveling job. Yes, these popped out greener earlier, but these didn't struggle as bad from the leveling job. The only places that struggled are these places right here, where I had fixed trenches with sand. So that's the reason why those are struggling. Over here in the park strips, you can see that it's more emeraldy green. It's doing a lot better because it's filled in. The grass is thicker. Over here, I had to hand rake to get all the sand to fall down and through the blades, and I had a lot of places where the blades never ever were able to pop through. So they automatically caused issues early. So understanding the difference in your lawn this early in the season is going to pay huge, because if you put a little bit of work in, you can achieve a lawn that is greener earlier because you understand the expectation. If you just fertilize and you think that you're going to green up with no extra airflow, you're not cutting it, you're not promoting the grass to grow, it's just not going to happen, guys. You just got to keep your expectations in line with what your lawn is going to do. If you are willing to put some work in, you can reap the benefits of a green lawn earlier. If you do not, don't expect it. It's just not going to happen. Understand that you're priming yourself for the rest of the season if you don't do anything early, and that is totally fine. But don't ask the question, why am I not greener than my neighbor because I threw some fertilizer down when the neighbor's been out mowing, dethatching, raking, and out doing what they're supposed to out on the lawn earlier. Those are the keys to popping yourself out green earlier. So if you're doing those things, you're gonna reap the benefits. So expectation versus reality of your lawn. If you're gonna put in the work, then your expectation can meet your reality. If you're not gonna put it in yet, that's totally fine. Just lower your expectations for this period of time. If you haven't put in the work, if you haven't put in that extra time and stuff, then you just got to understand that it's not going to pop up as green as early. And that's fine, because it isn't the time to be super green at this point in time. It's still early. The grass is still going to have struggles. It's going to have stress. It's going to have those things that are going to slow it down a little bit. But if you come out and you put some work in, you're going to see your results starting to pay dividends. So understanding that if you don't come out and do the work right now, it doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt anything in the long run. Just, don't expect to be super green right now. If you have an established lawn, yeah, you might be able to pop out green without hardly any work. But if you have a younger lawn and you're not putting in the work, the reality is you're probably not going to be super green right now. And that is fine. But don't get upset if you haven't put in the work. This week's question, what have you done out in your lawn? What steps have you done already this season? Have you mowed it? Have you fertilized it? Have you dethatched it? Have you raked it? What have you done? Your steps that you've done, how's your lawn looking? I'd love to know. Leave it down in the comment section below. For those of you who want to be super brave, I would love to see your lawn. Send me pictures of your lawn at jeremyofthegreenerlawn@gmail.com, and I'd love to see them there. If you have questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to me at jeremyofthegreenerlawn. I really want to hear from you guys. I'm Jeremy of The Greener Lawn. Make her green with good expectations.